Hey YouTube, Chase Variant, back at you again like a bad idea. Got a bunch of books from the last couple of weeks to show you today, and most of them from my LCS, maybe one or two of them I got online. So let's get started. Got your Hawkeye #1, yellow cover. It's a neat story. Kate's going out, becoming a detective on the West Coast. A lot of winks and nods to stuff on the West Coast if you've ever been there. And it's a solid story, a solid little detective story, so can't complain. And Captain Marvel, Mighty Captain Marvel #0, beautiful book. A bunch of you guys have that book. I've seen this on a lot of you guys' hauls. Print run turned out to be about 52,000 on this book. So, you know, it's a respectable run. Not too high, not too low. We'll see how it goes, how this book matures to the market. Another book I got was The Assignment. It's a hard case crime. And I like the hard case crime books. They're really fun. They can be bawdy and sleazy and, you know, hard-nosed detectives like Sam Spade and just, you know, little stereotypical noirish kinds of books, you know, the underbelly of life. I used to read the novels, and then they started making these comics, and I'm really enjoying the comics as well. I think they just take the novels and obviously turn them into comics. This one was done by the great Walter Hill. If you guys don't know Walter Hill, director of cult classic The Warriors. He did 48 Hours, another 48 Hours, Red Heat, the most recent Bullet to the Head. Just a classic cinematic master, Walter Hill, and now writes for hard case crime. So there's a bunch of famous authors. David Shaw, Stephen King have hard case crime books. So if you're into noirish stuff, fun reads, check it out. And this is my reader's copy. This is the C cover variant. Couldn't find this on Comixology, so I had to get a reader's copy. Thought I'd just pick up a variant. Okay. And a couple more variants picked up. Was your Jessica Jones. This is a 1-to-1 variant for the Jessica Jones run. And she lingered around the 60,000s too on this print run. Beautiful black, all black book. Another beautiful all black Jessica Jones variant was the hip hop variant. Not entirely certain what hip hop album this is the cover for, but I really like it. I want to say it's a Jean Grey album. And yep, there is a hip hop artist called Jean Grey, spelled Grea, I believe she spells her name. And I think that's an homage to a Jean Grey album. I'm not sure. If you guys know, please leave it in the comments. Let me know. Hip your boy, because I don't want to sound silly. Spec book I picked up was Few #1. A new #1 from Image. High probability of a low print run with this one. So, I bought it. You know. And another book that is just a book, kids. But for some reason, New York comic shops are selling this like it's a holy grail or something. This is probably going to have a very high print run. This is the Monsters Unleashed. This is the A cover. But this is the only cover my comic shop, Midtown Comics in New York, was selling at cover price. The rest were going for hundreds. The Mignola cover was going for $500 on the day of release at Midtown Comics. I almost shit myself. You can get all of those covers online for a much more reasonable price. So again, just be wary that some of these inflated prices are not going to last, and the inflation on the Monsters Unleashed stuff, especially the other variant covers, I just don't see them holding that price in the market. And if you want one of those, especially the Mike Mignola, I wouldn't pay more than $35 for it, tops. Another book everyone's got speculation for is God Country, right? A lot of buzz leading up to the release of this book, and apparently it's sold out in a lot of comic shops around the nation. I don't know if that's hype or if that's true or what. Won't know until the print runs come out next month. But yeah, I picked up a bunch of those. Well, not a bunch. I picked up maybe half a dozen of those, including a few of the alternate B variant cover. just to be safe. Better be safe than sorry. And also, who knows, I might be randomly kind with this book down the line. Okay. And some other cool stuff. Another spec purchase was Call. And I love this. I love this cover. I don't know if anyone's a UFC fan, but that guy looks like Dana White. Anyway, it's a beautiful cover though. Haven't read the book yet, but the cover spoke to me, and I thought, not really familiar with the IP, not really familiar with Titan Comics too much, to be honest with you. So I thought I spec'd on a possible low print run with that. Okay. The Batwoman Begins Part 1 in Detective Comics 948. Beautiful cover. Just released book. Picked that one up. Midtown Comics. As I did Vixen Rebirth #1. A new Rebirth title. And picked that up. That was come out recently. And I got Daredevil #15, and I love this cover. I sound like a broken record, but I love all black covers, and this one just is so dynamic and so beautiful. This is a 1:15 ratioed variant. Daredevil 15, super gorgeous book. I picked up Spider-Man #12, and I like the idea of Miles Morales and Gwen for some reason. I guess because the Renew Your Vows stuff is happening, and so Gwen and Peter's just never going to happen again now that Gwen is back, selling books. So I just think that Miles and Gwen, it makes sense, and I think that this cover's really nice. I think it's 20 years ago this would have been a risque cover, but now it's just another cover, and it's nice red cover. Beautiful book. The 1/25 variant of Spider-Man #12, all black cover with Gwen and Miles stepping out of the shadows, and this book is just gorgeous. I did have to look around a while to find one in a condition that I liked, because there's a manufacturing flaw on this run, guys. Most of these, not most, but about a third of the books that I've seen have little white lines right by the spine, and that's not unusual for some books, especially some of these limited variants. For some reason I see that happening, and for the Spider-Man #12 it's there. I got a copy that you really can't see unless you really squint your eyes at. It's just the ever so slightest discoloration on the cover, but the discoloration on a large percentage of these Spider-Man 1/25 variants are visibly defected from manufacturing, which can only be a good thing for collectors who really like to chase rare items such as myself. And speaking of chasing the variant, like what I did there, I'm going to show you the Renew Your Vows KRS Comics secret variant. That's a Kirkham cover, and it's gorgeous. It's got Mary Jane and her man, and not all, but a bunch of the Rogues Gallery. Mysterio looks super awesome, particularly awesome. If you ask me, well, it all looks particularly awesome. This is a really beautiful cover, and this one, there are 3,000 copies of this particular variant, and it's the secret KRS Comics 3000. Here you have the black and white Kirkham KRS Comics secret variant, and there are only 1,300 of this particular variant. So that's 1,300 of this particular variant in existence, the KRS Comics secret variant. And one of the chase books for Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows #1 is the Kirkham Maskless Mary Jane 500 copy print run Renew Your Vows. And I love it. I love the classic Spidey shirt that she's always wearing. They put it on her here, and Yeah, it's pretty hot. There is a J. Scott Campbell book that's hotter than this book right now, and but it's a secret variant. There's so many secret variants to the Renew Your Vows kits. There are a bunch of them. There's like 5, I think, different secret variants to Renew Your Vows, and that's the KRS Comics variant set. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please click subscribe. Leave a comment down in the comment section. Tell me what I'm doing right. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell me what you like. And I am Chase Variant, and I'm out.